Hey everybody, so here's a quick tip video on how to make your sparring not just better, but better faster. So I got 3 tips for you here. Stay tuned to the end because the last one's going to be the most important.
Can you hear me? We could be legend. I have nothing to lose. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up.
Tip number 1, practice pre-rehearsed combinations. You definitely want to have a couple of pre-rehearsed combinations inside of your arsenal when it comes to free sparring. Combinations are going to be key, and they're going to help you to get better at sparring a lot faster. Having some practice pre-rehearsed combinations are going to help you to be able to use your muscle memory versus you having to think so much about what you're going to do next when you're free sparring with a live opponent. Tip number 2 is easy, and without introduction, it is hit something. Preferably a heavy bag, so that way you can work on things like resistance, which the heavy bag is going to give you, and that resistance is going to help you with things like balance and control and footwork. Things like speed target, those things are going to help you with attacks that are going to be follow-through attacks, like your spinning crescent kicks and hook kicks, but they're not going to be good on something like a heavy bag to give you that resistance that you need in order for you to develop that, like I said, good balance and good footwork. Also, practice some of those pre-rehearsed combinations in combinations. So you can see here I'm throwing in both of those pre-rehearsed combinations you saw earlier on the heavy bag, and this is going to help to build your arsenal a little bit better and of course improve your sparring faster. Okay everybody, and finally a tip number 3, which, like I said at the beginning of this video, is probably going to be the most important in improving your sparring faster. It is let your partner hit you. And I'm not talking about in free sparring because that could be a little bit dangerous. I'm talking about a controlled back and forth sparring drills. So here in the video you can see that the students are going back and forth using specific combinations, and the opponent is letting them hit them. This is going to do a couple of things. The first and most important thing is it's going to train that reflex out of your students and out of yourself to be able to watch your opponent as they're throwing attacks at you versus flinching and closing your eyes and looking away, which could be devastating when your partner's throwing out combinations non-stop. You also learn to judge distancing a little bit better and decide whether or not you have to block a technique or you can evade and counter a technique. Alright, and here's a little bonus tip for you. When you're going back and forth with that back and forth sparring, make sure you communicate with your partner what type of contact is okay and what kind of contact you're allowed. Make sure that you challenge yourself to absorb more and more impacts from your partner as you do this back and forth sparring, of course without any injury, because in a self-defense situation, you and the opponent are both going to end up getting hit some way or another, or getting hurt some way or another, and it's always good to train your body to absorb those impacts better. I threw in a couple of clips here of everybody free sparring. See if you can spot any of those pre-rehearsed combinations like we did in tip number 1 at the beginning of the video. Alright everybody, that is it for this video on 3 tips to improve your sparring faster. If you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to like and subscribe, and also let me know if you apply these tips to your training or to maybe even the training of your students at your academy. And hopefully we'll see you guys on the next video.